The Radio Memories Network is brought to you in part by Liberated Syndication, podcast publishing made easy, libsyn.com. That's libsyn.com.
Welcome to the Old Time Radio Network Detective Stories, continuing America's love affair with private eyes. We now go back to the early days of radio and our imaginations with our feature presentation.
Now for this week's episode of Bulldog Drummond.
Out of the fog, out of the night, and into his American adventures comes Bulldog Drummond. Horton's Ice Cream, New York's favorite, brings you your favorite detective adventurer, Bulldog Drummond, in another of his exciting escapades. Champion of lost causes, amateur detective, the most celebrated soldier of fortune of the screen and radio, Bulldog Drummond comes to you each Monday evening at this same time with more of his baffling and intriguing mysteries. For adventure and excitement, keep this rendezvous with Bulldog Drummond every week. And for refreshment in between times, enjoy Horton's Ice Cream. And now to tell you about tonight's adventure, here's Bulldog Drummond.
Tonight's adventure took place very recently. So recently, in fact, that I'm still both amazed and profoundly grateful that Denny and I survived its dangers. I'm grateful, too, that more than one Axis submarine will no longer... However, that's a part of our story. A story which begins late on an overcast night in a certain East Coast harbor. And one of the largest of the vessels anchored there, an oil tanker, the watchman pauses suddenly to listen. His attention caught by an unaccustomed sound.
I wouldn't think it's that. Hey, who's making that tarnation noise? What's going on out there? All right, speak up. Who's there?
Shut up, Joe. Keep your trap shut, mister.
Say, who are you? How'd you get aboard? What's going on around here?
I'll ask the questions, Joe.
My name ain't Joe.
It is to me. Want to earn some cash?
How?
Why, easy, Joe, easy. If anybody asks you about tonight, why, just make out like you didn't hear nothing and you didn't see nothing. Get it?
You're up to something crooked.
Then you ain't interested,
No, I ain't. You go and get out of here now. Go on. Get out before I call the cops.
Okay, Joe. Don't make no difference to me. Penny saved, a penny earned.
Hey, what?
Like it better that way, Joe?
Oh, heaven bless you, Captain Drummond, sir. Heaven bless you. I knew you'd help me.
Yes, I will, Mrs. Regan. I will. I give him my word.
Tim always admired you, sir. Happiest days of his life they was, them months when he was working as your gardener, sir. So when I seen it right in print that you was in town...
You offered to let me help you, and quite properly, too. I'd have considered it unfriendly if you hadn't. But, Mrs. Regan...
Yes, sir?
What makes you think I can do more than the police? You say they found your husband in the alley behind, what was the name of that tavern?
The Blue Pelican, sir. 'Tis near the docks and a horrible place it is, sir.
Well, that sounds like it. And that was when?
Oh, most a week ago now, sir. And they claim it must have happened in some kind of a fight. Claim my Tim must have been drunk. Said they smelled of liquor, something terrible.
Tim smelled of liquor? I don't believe it.
That's just it. Tim never drank a drop in his life, sir. I told the police.
If the odor of whiskey was found on Tim, either he'd been forced to swallow it before his murder, or it was sprinkled on his clothing afterwards. His murderer had a reason for it. Mrs. Regan, will you go home now and believe that Tim's murderer will be found?
I know he'll be, Captain Drummond, if you say it, sir.
Yes, I have your address. You'll hear it from me the moment I've news.
Goodbye, sir. I don't know how to thank you.
And why should you? Goodbye.
Goodbye, sir.
Denny.
Yes, sir.
Get our things, will you? We're paying a visit to the docks. Any luck, Denny?
Not a particle, sir. And you, sir?
Nothing. Odd, isn't it? You think someone would have seen poor Regan leave his ship that night? You inquired of everyone I suggested?
Everyone, sir.
Surely Denny, a watchman leaving an oil tanker that size, would have been observed by someone. The fact that he wasn't seems to indicate that his means of departure must have been rather extraordinary. Who's this fellow coming along the wharf?
A most unpleasant-looking chap, sir.
Yes, isn't he?
Evening.
Oh, good evening.
I seen you guys around.
Oh, yes?
Private cops?
Well, no, not exactly. Why?
I heard you asking questions about Tim Regan, a watchman. Figured maybe his old lady hired you.
No, Tim was our friend.
Oh, I get it, Joe.
Joe?
Oh, that's nothing. Just a way of calling the guy.
Yes? And so?
Well, I seen Regan that night. I thought maybe you'd like to know. I seen him leaving his ship.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, and that guy was cockeyed, soused, walking on rubber legs. I was passing, see? And he yelled, didn't I want to go with him and get a drink? I told him to go soak his head.
And then?
Well, he got his drink, I guess. I didn't pay no attention. I just figured you'd like to know.
Yes, indeed. Your information is of great value. Probably of more value than you realize.
It's all right, Joe. Glad to help you out. Well, I'll be seeing you.
Huh? Oh, yes. Yes, I'm sure you will. Denny.
Yes, Captain Drummond, sir.
That fellow said he saw Tim Regan drunk. He lied. If he lied, he undoubtedly had good cause. We're going to follow him.
Oh, but, sir...
Wait, what? You go around the corner of the shed?
Why, yes, I believe he did, sir.
Listen. Hear anything?
Nothing, sir.
Oh, do I? Like the dog that didn't bark in the night, that's very strange. If it kept on, we should still hear his footsteps. I wonder...
Oh, don't get too close to the edge of the dock, sir.
Denny, I think...
Oh, Captain Drummond, sir. Captain Drummond, sir. Where are you? Where are you, sir? Officer, I say, officer.
Huh? Oh, it's you.
Have you...
Nope. I'm sorry, fella. Got some of the boys operating the grappling hooks, and there's others still searching under the piers. But so far, there hasn't been a sign of him.
Oh, this is horrible.
You didn't see him again after the shots were fired, huh? After you fell in?
Oh, no, not even for a moment, sir. It was precisely as if he'd vanished into thin air, sir.
Well, what's likely happened, he must have got sucked under the pilings, and by now, with the tide going out for the last hour, the commissioner himself couldn't tell you where to look. But don't you worry. We'll find the body for you someplace.
Oh, did you say the body?
That's what I said. If you want his ghost, you'll have to see someone higher up than me.
Clem.
Yeah, Belle.
Get back here out of the light, you fathead, or I'll kick them gold teeth down your throat.
Belle, cut it out.
Yeah, but I don't like you much right now. Look, there by that crowd. That the guy was with the dummy you knocked off?
Yeah, that's him.
Okay. Back to the boat.
How long are you going to take?
How should I know? Go on, get going before I slap you around a little just to keep a figure down.
Oh, good evening, madam.
Wanna hear something
fiery horse
interesting?
with the speed of light, a cloud of dust, and a
Tell
hearty
you,
Hi-Yo
just hit some
Silver.
tough luck,
A
didn't they?
Lone Ranger.
Yes, but
Like to know where's the guy what plugged them?
you mean you know?
Right. Come on
Oh,
along.
yes, indeed. Just one moment. I'll get a policeman.
Oh, no, you don't. Cops ain't coached.
Oh, but
Now hold it, handsome.
This is
I
the
ain't
legend
debate
of a man
society.
and a
I'm just
horse.
a little lady
that
that's
Holly
trying to
met.
do you a favor
The
because I don't
story
like
of the Lone
killing.
Ranger and his
Maybe
great
I've
horse
stuck my neck
Silver.
out too far already. So long, handsome.
Oh, no, wait.
Huh?
I'll go with you.
Better.
The Lone Ranger and really the worst
is it very
outlaw
far?
in the
Not
West.
especially.
His name was
Where
Quick
do we go?
Cavendish.
Down this way,
They
along the
followed his
dark.
trail for many weeks, until finally they noticed that the hoof
it's
prints
quite
of the
dark.
outlaw's horse
Yeah.
were fresh.
How did you learn who the fellow is?
Oh, just happened to hear some of the boys talking. Don't like the guy, so I thought I'd kick him myself by turning him in.
Set a boat.
Yeah.
What's it doing here?
The dock.
Tonto, he missed me, but he shot my horse.
Get after him.
Oh, no, that's it, Joe.
Tonto's horse was tired and no matching
Yeah,
speed for the
that's
animal
right.
Cavendish
Follow
rode.
me.
The outlaw escaped.
See this healer?
When Tonto returned from the
Behave,
chase,
brother, behave.
he found the Lone Ranger standing beside his dead horse.
A good horse, Tonto. We got business to do.
Loyal, faithful. My next horse must be faster. How is that? It holds strong. Very much strong. You've seen me running over there. The Cavendish horse.
What is the desperate game that Bell and Slim are playing? A game so desperate that they murdered to avoid detection. You learn more about these questions in just a few moments.
Tonto's horse carried the Lone Ranger's saddle, his saddlebags, and bridle, while the masked man and the Indian continued on foot along the outlaw's trail. When they reached the top of the hill, they halted suddenly and stared at an awe-inspiring
And now
sight
back to
far down
Bulldog
the valley.
Drummond. We left Denny being shanghaied by Bell and Slim, who told Denny that they were leading him to the person he believes has murdered Bulldog Drummond. They're both pulled away from the pier. It is a few minutes later. Bell is speaking.
To the point, Slim. Let us swing out a little before we round it.
Yeah, okay.
I'll try to shoot the buffalo.
I'll
get closer before
Try to love this man
As
after
he ran
the park.
downhill, the Lone Ranger watched the battle. The sleek white stallion was nimble and courageous, but his strength began to wane. The buffalo charged again and again.
What time
The
is it?
splendid muscles of the white horse were slower in responding.
Hey,
Then
this
too
don't
slow.
mean we're
He was
making
caught by
another
the buffalo's
trip tonight,
charge.
does it?
Stained his
But we
steel
ain't
white
heard
coat.
from Snyder.
Another charge.
Well, I
The
got
white horse saw it
those
coming,
that
but he
were
couldn't
real.
dodge.
Come
He
on,
staggered and
sit
fell.
on it.
The monster
He's
drew
coming, I
back
want
and
him
lowered his
back to
head
the
for a death
barn
charge.
before he gets
And
there.
then 2 shots rang out. The buffalo shuddered from the impact of the masked man's bullets. For an instant he stood motionless. Then fell.
Okay, cut the switch. I'll make it fast.
And what about Handsome here?
Oh, forget him, he'll keep. He's kind of beautiful, ain't you, handsome?
Madam, as a gentleman's gentleman, there's nothing I can say which would pass a gentleman's lips.
Fully
Hey,
battered
Bell, that's double talk.
Let's cheer on him, don't it? All right, shake a leg and come on up on the bar.
Several days, the masked man and the Indian cared for the injured horse. Then the wounds were closed, and the horse's strength had returned. There was once more fire in his eye,
you mind
a
rolling
spring
over a
in his
bit?
step.
They're on my
His
leg,
head
you know.
was lifted proudly.
sir. Yes, pardon.
Otto,
Your father, if you please, Denny. Oh, that's splendid. But you're dead, sir, am I?
I wonder if
But isn't this an abrupt way of breaking the news to me? But, sir, you were shot. The police are looking for your body. I'm sorry, but they won't find it.
No, Tonto,
I
wait.
confess it, sir. I simply don't know what to say. I am completely bewildered.
Oh, but it's all quite simple. Sir, when that horrible chap fired at me, I did the most sensible thing and removed myself.
Turned to look at us.
You see, Denny,
The sun
it
reflects
seems
from his
quite clear now that Slim realized it was odd no one had seen Regan leave the tanker. Therefore, to suit our suspicions, he volunteered that holy mythical tale of his. Oh, yes, quite, sir. But when he eavesdropped on us, he immediately discovered he'd made a mistake. That we knew Regan didn't drink. So he'd have to erase his mistake by erasing me. And you deliberately let him think you're dead, sir. Of course. And you're watching where we searched.
As the mighty stallion felt the halter
Denny,
tremble
I
as
was
if from a
within
chill.
30 feet of him.
Every instinct told him that he must
30
flee at once to
Incredible,
preserve his
sir.
freedom.
When I spotted
Stood
Bell
his
and
ground.
Slim, I secreted myself under this tarpaulin.
There. It was
And
something
you must by
stronger,
this time be
some
aware.
mysterious bond of
Here I am.
friendship and understanding.
Ah, that's a
He
fine
heard the man's
story.
voice, and he liked
Just
it.
where are we? Well, it's become quite foggy, sir, but we do seem to be a good bit offshore.
Would you untie me?
Good night. Oh, of course, Dad. I completely forgot. Here, turn around and up. Oh, sir.
Never was.
Sorry, I'm afraid you'll have to wait. That's a tugboat. And unless I'm greatly mistaken,
Wild and
it's going to tie up to that
and the weight of the
barge.
saddle and the rudder. Waxed man, the kind temper. He was gentle yet firm, and Silver was intelligent. The stallion seemed to sense the desires of the Lone Ranger and did his best to cooperate.
Oh, hi,
He learned
Smarty.
quickly.
Told Slim I'd seen that frog coming, you
Never mind that,
jello.
Fräulein. There is not time. Please call Slim to the deck house. I must return to shore, but there are things it is necessary for you to know.
No hoofs had ever beat the flames like those thundering hoofs of the great horse Silver. During the past few days, Cavendish had gotten far away, but the masked man and Tonto trailed him relentlessly with only a minimum of rest.
Will take you to a
Took
point
days
3
to
miles
down the
from Reef
outlaw's lead,
Island.
but at
There
long
you will
last,
drop anchor.
Cavendish came into
There
view.
you will be out of the way of the harbor traffic on the shipping lanes.
The mighty
You will
stallion
then
responded
send
with a
out
new
a
burst of
gold
speed.
message. Mr. Wireless has been prepared.
Cavendish fired wild
Good.
shots over his shoulder
Message
until his
consists
gun
of
was
2
empty.
words.
His horse, though powerful and fast, was
Fog.
no match for the charging Silver.
Sick.
Fear and panic filled the outlaw's
I will
face.
send
He
that
heard the
message
hoofbeats ever
precisely
nearer.
2 minutes.
Then the
No
masked
more.
man shout.
All right. Then you will do in every respect exactly as you
The
have done
masked
before,
man's avowed
Fräulein.
mission was
You will
accomplished.
simply wait.
The last of the Cavendish
Captain
gang was
Lister has been
captured
instructed
to
to
be
sound
tried
his
by
foghorn
law
at
and
regular
punished for
intervals.
his crimes.
That would serve as a
There were many
guide.
others whose criminal
You will be
plans
met
were
by
to be
2
challenged
submarines.
by the Lone Ranger,
Both of
his
them
faithful
badly in
Indian
need of the
companion
fuel carried
Tahoe,
on this barge.
and his great horse Silver.
If you do not meet them, if they fail to receive this fuel,
Goodbye, you folks, huh?
yes, but also
Huh?
goodbye, Fräulein.
Denny,
Yes, Captain.
I've been doing a little eavesdropping. The chap will be along in a moment to use this motorboat to get ashore. I'll have to leave you tied and hunt cover aboard the barge. They're going to take you inside the deck house.
But they mean to kill me,
Denny, we're on to bigger game than we ever dreamed of. So big that, well, there's not time to explain now. You'll have to take my word for it. But trust me, will you?
Of course, sir.
Denny, you've got intestinal fortitude.
Oh, really?
Is it serious, sir? Serious. As a matter of fact, Denny, it may be the death of you.
This is as far as the tug goes, Handsome.
I'll let the anchor go, Belle.
No, stay here. I can manage. Well, Handsome, this is where you get off. Too bad you ain't got a round-trip ticket.
A round-trip ticket?
That's what I said, fella. Slim.
Yeah?
Suppose you show Handsome the way out, huh?
Show him... Oh, yeah, you bet.
Goodbye, Handsome. Ain't it too bad we won't never get to know each other better?
You hear that, Joe?
What an extremely coarse sense of humor.
Uh-huh. She, wasn't joking.
I say, what are you doing?
Just getting my gun. Guess why, Joe?
Okay.
On your feet.
Well, now, really, you can't.
Hey,
Captain Drummond, careful, sir.
Like that, my friend?
Oh, beautifully done, sir.
That should hold him for a bit, Denny. Now then, we'll have to work fast. Get you out of these ropes first.
That female, sir.
He's talking with the captain of the tug, Denny. We'll have time, I think. Just 1 second now. There you are.
I'm afraid I'm feeling a bit cramped, sir.
That'll pass.
And what now, sir?
No use tackling the crew. Too many for us. Let's see. Oh, this is what I'm after.
Oh, that's their wireless, sir.
Yes, I know. It'll take a moment to warm up, I imagine. Let's have a practice go at it, eh? Kind of rusty at this.
You intend to get a message through to the proper authorities, sir?
Right, Denny. Keep a lookout at that forward porthole, will you?
Of course, sir.
See our hostess?
Not a sign of her, sir.
Maybe you ain't looking in the right direction.
Oh, my word.
Don't touch that gun. I'm nuts about loud noises. Might pull this trigger just to hear it go bang, bang.
Never mind, Denny. Good evening, Belle.
Kind of cool, ain't you? You must be the gent Slim claimed he plugged. That Slim there on the floor? Yeah. Well, that's what he gets for taking too much for granted. Kind of had it coming.
Yes, Belle, I think you did.
Just getting ready to use the wireless, huh? Okay, that's fine. Send out a message for me. Thick fog. Just them 2 words. You know how to spell them?
I might manage.
Any objection?
Under the circumstances, no.
Wouldn't be healthy to send anything but what I told you.
Really? What's to prevent you?
A bullet in the stomach.
Oh.
You see, I can't be tricked, pal. I can work that gadget as good as you can.
Belle, you're a most remarkable woman.
Yeah?
And likely to come to a most remarkable end. Now, what was that message? 2 words, wasn't it? Ah, yes. Thick fog.
Eddie.
Looks like our friend Slim is coming around, Bill.
About time, ain't it? Hey, Slim. Slim! Snap out of it.
Well, how'd I get out here on deck?
I brought you out so you could get a little air.
Oh. Say, you're the guy that slugged me. I'll let
Little out
you...
of sorts, aren't you, Slim?
Oh, you...
Sit down. Lobbing on your pins like a kid.
Yeah, I don't feel so good. Say, how come these guys ain't been bunked off yet?
Simply that Belle's got a soft place in her heart for you, Slim.
Huh?
You see, she thought it would be a rather nice gesture if she waited until you could manage the, killing yourself. You know how women are. Sentimentalists.
A wise guy, huh?
Oh, and, while we're waiting for your submersible friends, oh, yes, where are they, I wonder?
And be alone. Don't let it worry you. What was you going to say?
Well, several questions have been puzzling me a little. Tim Regan, for instance. You killed him, didn't you, Slim?
Why should I tell you anything, Joe?
Well, after all, neither Denny or I are likely to repeat it, are we?
I guess you ain't. Yeah, I knocked him off. What about it?
And smuggled his body into that alley behind the tavern?
That's right.
But why? He couldn't have discovered you stealing oil by any chance, could he? You couldn't have been tapping the pipeline from that tanker to the docks.
Say, Captain Lister's cut the foghorn. Must have sighted something.
Wait a second. Yeah, it's them, Slim. See 'em?
The submarines?
Yeah. Over there to the left.
Yeah. Oh, sure, there they are. Well, I'll rig up the pumps. Hey, Belle. What's that?
What?
Here, over this way.
It's a destroyer. A destroyer!
Destroyer?
Swing over, you fool! Swing over!
They can't stop. They're running us down.
Sniper, Denny.
I know you don't.
Let go, you idiot. Let go. You want us both to die? Let go.
Back to the smashing climax of our mystery in just a moment. Thrown from the barge into the water by the impact of the destroyer that came knifing through the fog, Bulldog Drummond found himself struggling for his life with a man driven out of his mind by rage and fear.
You fool, let go. You down us, I tell you. You done it. I don't know how, but I'm going to kill you.
Captain Drummond, sir. Captain Drummond.
Denny.
Oh, sir, here. Here's this plank, sir. It'll support us both, sir.
I'm diving. Trying to find Slim. The fool went crazy. Had to fight him. Afraid he's drowned. Can't seem to locate him at all.
The explosions I heard, sir.
Depth bombs. Destroyer going after those subs. I don't hear him now. Must be finished. Maybe they can pick us up.
Ahoy, the destroyer! Hello!
And there you have it, Commander. At a cost of nothing more than a few buckled plates, you bagged yourself 2 submarines and an assorted litter of racketeers. What's more, you've got a lead to an enemy agent. Slim's gone, of course, but Bell can give you enough evidence for an indictment. Good hunting, eh?
Excellent hunting, Captain Drummond.
Begging your pardon, sir.
Yes, Danny, what is it?
Well, sir, perhaps I'm stupid, but really, sir, I still haven't the slightest notion how you managed to bring this destroyer to our rescue.
It was very easy. I first sent out the code message, then changed my style of sending a bit and tapped out an SOS.
An SOS, sir?
Precisely. I gave a position beyond Reef Island, so that vessels coming to our rescue from the harbor would be forced to approach near our actual position. Commander Davis here, thinking himself on an errand of mercy, heard the whistles of the tug and assumed it marked his objective.
Oh, but, sir...
Huh?
How did you dare send such a message with that woman listening, sir? She'd warned you that she couldn't be tricked, sir, that she understood the operation of the wireless.
On the contrary, Denny. Although she wasn't aware of it, she told me the exact opposite.
But, sir, I distinctly heard her.
Denny, you distinctly heard her try to bluff me. Slim was the wireless operator, not Bell. Why in the world else would she choose to keep us alive until he came to again? Oh, and speaking of the wireless, Commander, would it be possible to radio a personal message ashore?
Well, yes, I think in this case we might make an exception.
It's to Mrs. Timothy Regan at 816 Water Street.
Yes?
Tell her the rat that killed Tim is at the bottom of the Atlantic. And, Commander, you spell rat N-A-Z-I. And now here's Captain Bulldog Drummond to tell us about next week's story. Thanks to me. We are faced with the attempted murder of a kindly old man for a most evil reason. And Denny keeps me from catching a cold at a most opportune moment. Be with us next week, won't you?